Hey everyone, it's Melissa. Today I'm going to do a different kind of video because I'm actually going to vlog. And I'm going to vlog our Easter celebration. Now it is the week before Easter and so we're having to celebrate a week early. My son and his family are going to my daughter-in-law's family in Memphis, which is across the state, so to celebrate over there. So we're going to do ours a week early. This is what I do for Easter, and so I thought I would take you along with us. It's just going to be a real casual vlog, hopefully not too boring, but this is sort of what a typical Sunday dinner is like for us, just a little bit jazzed up. We go a little bit extra on birthdays and like Thanksgiving and Advent and Christmas and Easter, things like that. So I'm going to go to the grocery. I'm going to get things ready for the Easter egg hunt, and I'll tell you the way we do that. And then, I'll cook supper. I don't show my grandchildren. During the Easter egg hunt, I guess I could show a few of them with their faces, something over their faces, but I might not even do that. And my children don't ever like to be shown either. So, it mainly will be the preparations leading up to it. What I do is each child has an egg color. They pick an egg color that they like, and then I fill that egg, and Doug always hides them all around in the yard, front and back and side and everything. So then they do that, and then they come inside and they have their and inside we don't do candy for them, but we'll have stickers or tiny erasers or something like that. Now, in one of them I'll put $1, and in another I'll put some quarters, and just things like that, little things that they can kind of open and play with and collect. So then they come inside for the main present, and I always get them, one kind of big present. And I hide the presents all together. We do two separate, sort of. The three younger children, which are 3, 4, 5, and 6, they have one set of clues, and then the older children, who are 7 through almost 10, have an older set of clues that they have to solve. So, what I'll do is I'll have the clues, and they go back and forth, the younger set and then the older set, and we watch everybody do it. So the older set will have a clue, and then they'll go to a place, and they have to get that clue and bring it back to the base. And then the younger ones will have to, it'll be an easier one, go look on the back of so-and-so's chair or something, and they'll bring it back. And so we do that, and at the very end I'll have hidden all their presents together, and then they go through it and pick out the ones that are supposed to be for them. And make it all individual and stuff like that. So we have an Easter egg hunt, and then we have a treasure hunt. I hope that makes sense. So here's my menu. I'm going to have, Doug this week had to go to Chattanooga, and he got me a honey baked ham. I always like those. I always serve them at Christmas and at Easter. And I'm going to he wants deviled eggs. So I'm fixing some deviled eggs, I'm fixing green beans, I'm fixing corn on the cob, and I'm fixing what I grandly call a cheese souffle, but it's not really a souffle because it doesn't rise nicely or anything like that. It's more of a cheese casserole, I guess. And so I'm going to have that, and a salad and sliced tomatoes, things like that. I'll probably fix some sweet tea too. So that'll be my menu, and so I've got a real busy day. I haven't even gone to the grocery yet. Going to go to the grocery, not taking you on that, but I'll take you with me when I do my Easter eggs and things like that. And the thing that's so sad about the Easter eggs is my oldest grandson, who is 5.5, is colorblind. Pretty severely, and so he can't see. He has trouble with, the red greens very strongly. So he can't see orange, he can't see pink or purple or red or, anything like that. And he has trouble with the greens too. And, it just all kind of looks gray or an olive color to him. So, so I asked him, each child got to pick out an Easter egg color that they wanted for their Easter egg to find. And so I asked him, so the color that he picked out was white, and it just broke my heart. because that looked pretty to him. Just the color white looked, it was a little bit brighter than the other colors. So I said, okay, to all the rest of them, forget it. He gets to go pick first. And I held the Easter egg colors. I said, is there any color that you can see that looks pretty to you? And he said, yes, that one. It was the dark blue. So he can see the dark blue. So that was his color. But I think there are glasses now that he can look through, and they're very expensive. But I think we're gonna, try to get it for him within this year, and he can look through them, and then he can see the colors that he's been missing. And it's hard for school work, and we're hoping by the time he starts driving that he'll be able to, hopefully they'll have contacts back then where he'll be able to see the red light and the green light and things like that, because that can be rather, that can be dangerous. So anyway, so right now I'm going to the grocery, and then we'll fill the Easter eggs and do the clues and hide the presents. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, Doug's gonna help me with some deviled eggs today. Stop it, you're nasty. But I'm getting ready to start the green beans. I had to, we're running real late. So Doug is gonna help me, but I had to, I just can't do this with him. Stop it, Doug. But I remembered that I have to have everything done by 3 or 3:30 because we have to do the Easter egg hunt. Don't blow my hair. We have to do the Easter egg hunt before, and I want to have supper ready and already, warming in the oven. So I had to go with green beans. The green beans, the fresh ones, they just look rubbery anyway. But these are fresh, but they're in a bag, so I had to go with those. Got a bunch, and everything else is going to be from scratch, but I had to do that. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to do the green beans. Getting the pan out, and
So we don't have any counter space.
no, we don't have much counter space. Where's my pan? There it is.
4 feet. That's it.
Just have a little bit. That's okay. You make these things work, okay? So I changed shirts. I wasn't comfortable in the other one, so. Okay, the easiest thing to do with the Easter eggs is just to, put all the presents around here, and then put them in their eggs, and then, put them into different groups. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. There's all the eggs. There's all the eggs and everything. And these are all the presents. I got a dollar bill to put in one and quarters to put in one. And then bracelets and little tiny chickens and stamps, stickers. I thought they're like silly putty, and this is kind of a changeable type. And then the little boys get, the girls get bracelets, and the little boys get these little lights that clip on their fingers that they can go around in. So what I do is I just take, each child has a color, and so I go through and fill them all up. So get started. Okay, I've got the Easter eggs done, and we're gonna hide those in a little bit, and I got them 7 pinwheels that I'll use to decorate the yard with, and they can take this home. So now I'm going to do their big presents that they'll do a treasure hunt for. Okay, so there's some presents these are their presents they're gonna have. So my 3-year-old loves the singer Toby Mac, and so he puts on sunglasses, and so we got him some little sunglasses and a Toby Mac CD, and he puts them on and pretends he's Toby Mac. And one granddaughter wanted a new jewelry box with compartments, and my other grandson wanted a Lightning McQueen that went on water, and then one of them wanted a stuffed penguin. Another one wanted a little Troll family set. One of them wanted Calico Critters, and her Calico Critters didn't cost as much, so I threw in some Shopkins. And then another one wanted some more Calico Critters. The Calico Critters and the Shopkins are really big with my granddaughters. Very big. So, and then the cars, Lightning McQueen and stuff, is real big with my sons. Okay, I am going to make tea now, my sweet tea. I'm going to make 2 quarts. So when I make 2 quarts, I put 1 quart of water, I put half of it, 1 quart of water, and with 5 tea bags, and I usually just use caffeine-free tea bags. I'll pour that water in there. And I really like to use the Louisiana tea, whether it's regular or decaf. I really like that. So I'll bring that starting to a simmer. Okay, I let the tea bags just barely come to a simmer, and then took them off the heat and let them sit for 3 minutes. And I'm going to take the tea bags out now. Thank you. Doug shucked my corn for me. And I'm going to put some scoops of sugar in there. A few scoops, not even a cup probably. This sweet tea. And it's not good for you. It's something that we drink a lot in the South, and not so much anymore. I don't anymore, but I do like it on special occasions. Okay, so since that's so hot, I like to do it in real hot water. Then I can stir it up and it melts, it dissolves really, not melts, but the sugar dissolves really easily. Put it back in the quart the container. And then what I do is I fill the other half up with ice. So it's a half a quart of water and a half a quart of ice, and that cools it down. And this is really concentrated right here, so that adds the right amount of water to it as the ice melts. So I'm going to sit that right there for now, and I'm going to start on what I grandly call my souffle. In here I've got some gluten-free bread crumbs that I got a love for bread, and just made it in great big chunks, just kind of tore it apart. I've got egg yolks, cheese, dry mustard, salt and pepper, and scalded milk. So I've got that in there, and so I'm going to spray my casserole dish lightly with some coconut oil. And then the other half, I've got 6 egg yolks in here, and then the egg whites I have beaten to, peaks. And so I'm going to gently fold those in. Okay, then I'm going to pour it into the dish that I have prepared. And I've got my oven preheated to 325. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the oven. And I'll cook it. It usually takes a good 45 minutes anyway, sometimes even longer. But I'll come check it in a little bit. My green beans are still going, but they're getting nice and soft and getting all that flavor from the pork in there too. So next I'm going to empty the dishwasher and set the table. Okay, I was going to show you my casserole. Just a little, I call it a souffle, but of course it doesn't rise like a souffle. It's not a souffle pan, but we try to be real fancy and call it that. So that is done, and I'll put all these in the warming ovens to keep them warm. I got about 15 corn on the cobs going. My green beans are done on the stove. I've got to put them in warming. We're getting ready to set the ham out. I've made my dressing for my salad. It's just a vinegar and oil dressing, and so I got my tomatoes sliced, got my deviled eggs done, and then when we come back in from, finding all the eggs and stuff like that, then I'll set all that out and toss my salad. And then I'm making my clothes right now, so I have to do 2 sets of clothes, like I said, one for the little ones that are kind of downstairs and one for the big ones that are all over. And I make them kind of hard too, and I make little rhymes like, this is the place where you go eat dinner, and blah 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 blah. And so they have to go to the dining room and go under a certain chair, and it's taped, the clue's under there, and they have to tape it back to me. I can't say the clue because some of it has their names on it, but I'm writing them up now. But I always make them a 4-verse rhyme, and I don't directly say where it is, but I give them a clue in there where it is. So they just love that. They just think that is just marvelous. And my legs are getting tired. so they think that is fun to do that, and they look forward to it really all year long. It's a treasure hunt. So they had the Easter egg hunt on the outside, then they come in for the treasure hunt, then we'll eat supper. So I got my tea done right there, and I'll probably check in one more time, and I'll ask if I can film a little bit, but my kids will say no, but I'll try. Bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today. It was our early Easter, and we had a good time. We're tired, but we had a really good time. We got good grandkids, don't we?
Yeah,
They had lots and lots of fun. They were so excited. Run up in here. We sent them up and down stairs for the clues. We sent them outside to get all their Easter eggs, and they liked all their toys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.